Hey, yo, what's the deal? This your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag, you know what I mean? As of this recording, it's 5:05 p.m., you know what I mean? But the upload time is 11:30, between 11:30 and 11:45 p.m., September 11th, 2025. This is the last video of the night, you know what I mean? And, oh, man. The sickos are shaking in their motherfucking boots, boy. So, there was a report from the Wall Street Journal. The Wall Street Journal. Yes. Yeah, I know the Wall Street Journal, right? The same publication that broke the news about Vince. You know what I mean? They put out an article that is gonna make, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna make the AEW sicko shit green like Gumby. You know what I mean? Y'all remember Gumby? You know what I mean? Gumby and Pokey. Now remember the theme song? Gumby, ding 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 ding. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that was my shit when I was young. I love Gumby. You know what I mean? Fuck your niggas know about Gumby. But so Paramount. Y'all know Paramount, right? AKA Viacom, formerly known as Viacom. You know, the company that owns BET, MTV, CBS, VH1, you know what I mean? The Paramount Network. They, and I'm actually shaving my head right now, they are bidding to purchase everything for, you know, have a full buyout of WBD, Warner Brothers Discovery, right? Which means, and guess who's on Warner Brothers Discovery? AEW. You know what I mean? Or what they call the dub. The dub. That's so stupid. The dub. The dub. Which means that, you know, AEW's days, you know, on that network are numbered. It's completely numbered. You know what I mean? It's numbered. You know, this stupid nigga Dave Meltzer put out a tweet talking about, because someone asked Meltzer, you know, would they veto AEW out of, you know, would they veto AEW out of Warner Bros. Discovery, right? So he puts, it doesn't work that way, you know, because, you know, the PFL, which is the Professional Fighting League, that was on, you know, that was on ESPN, and the UFC was also on there too. Here's the difference, nigga. The UFC was not owned by, you know, TKO at the time. By Endeavor, yeah. But, you know, but by TKO? Nah. You know, Nick Khan was not there at that time, right? You know, you think that, you know, you really think that, you know, with Paramount making the deal with TKO, that, you know, Nick Khan is actually going to want, you know, AEW to be on, you know, CBS. Yeah, that's another thing. Someone said, AEW and CBS would be great. How the fuck do you figure that, nigga? You think AEW and CBS is gonna make money? You stupid. You smoking crack, especially when they got UFC. Come on, man. You kidding me? You know what I mean? And plus, the other thing too is, look at the deal that CBS inked. You know what I mean? CBS inked a big deal with UFC, right? What the fuck make you think that they're gonna wanna, you know, bring in a company that doesn't make no fucking money? You know what I mean? Like, they're gonna, you know, especially like I said, where they got fucking you know, UFC, which is owned by TKO, who owns WWE. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you smoking crack? You smoking crack, Dave? You know what I mean? Where the fuck is AEW gonna go? I want to hear what the fuck the sicko is gonna say. You know, someone say, they're not gonna kick them out. They're not gonna kick them out. How the fuck do you know? How do you know? Like, okay, do they have a deal? Yeah, there's still a deal, but do you really think that they're gonna? The only way that AEW will survive, right? The only way, you know, on Warner Bros. Discovery, if they're owned by CBS, is to, you know, make peace with WWE, right? That's the only way. Because they're not, again, you think they're gonna promote, you really think that they're gonna fucking promote AEW or UFC? You gotta be out of your fucking mind, nigga. You gotta be fucking kidding me. What? Nigga, you smoking? You smoking crack? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Come on. Like I said, we've been to about this bid, right? And who knows? Who knows? Who knows if, because, again, CBS working with Paramount, right? I mean, Paramount working with TKO means that they're probably, like, if they see this, right? Because they see that TKO, both UFC and WWE are big money makers, right? So what they're going to do is, they see wrestling, right? And they see that UFC is making money, right? And they see, their wrestling program, they're like, do we really want AEW, a company that doesn't really do well in the ratings and such? Do we really want them? Do you really want them? Oh, I forgot. TKO also has another big company, the WWE, that makes a lot of money, right? How about we put them there, right? Makes too much sense. It makes a lot of sense, which basically means AEW's days are numbered. It means their days are numbered. Because how the fuck they're going to coexist? You think, come on. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. You think that CBS is going to give AEW bread? Now, I mean, you think they're going to give these motherfuckers bread? You know what I'm saying? Especially when the company don't make money. Like, come on, B. Come on, man. And mind you think Nick Khan is going to let this shit slide? Like, you fucking smoking? What, are you fucking kidding me? Like, that's another thing, too. Nick Khan knows the TV game. He knows the TV game probably better than anybody else. You think that when they made this deal with UFC, right? Paramount made this deal with UFC. You think that Nick Khan didn't know this was going to happen? He knows a lot of shit. He knows a lot of shit. If you think that he's going to let Paramount, who just inked the deal with the UFC, and they're going to promote WWE like crazy, if you think that the UFC is going to, and Nick Khan is going to allow Paramount to promote AEW on their program when they paid them for the services. You gotta be out of your motherfucking mind. And then someone, it's funny, some dumbass said, I hope, they need to, Damien and AEW needs to go to Amazon ASAP. How the fuck do you know if Amazon wants AEW? Nobody knows that. Nobody knows that. We don't know if Amazon is interested in purchasing AEW for weekly television. Nobody does. I don't even think they are. Like, yeah, they have a pay-per-view deal, but nobody really focuses on that pay-per-view. I think for what, Amazon Prime? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Let's get reasonable, B. Let's get fucking reasonable. This could potentially be the death knell of AEW. You know what I mean? Because again, where the fuck they're gonna go? TKO has everything on lock, nigga. On lock. Like I said, the only way AEW survives, right, is two things. Either they obliged by, what Paramount wants from, with TKO and such, or, and I know this is one is highly unlikely. I know the sickos are not going to want to hear this. AEW sells to WWE. That's the only way it survives. The only way. You think Tony Khan is gonna fucking straight up go war to war with WWE? He's losing this war with WWE and TKO. Fuck out of here, nigga. You kidding me? And oh yeah, you know who else has power? The Rock has power. The Rock has a lot of power. You think all of them has power? They are destined to destroy and kill all elite wrestling. You know what I mean? just like my man Source Money, sniper shot, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, they're just hitting AEW with sniper shots. Choo, choo, choo. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, this isn't a fucking game. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't a fucking game, nigga. You know what I mean? AEW, they're gonna put the knife through the fucking heart. They're putting the stake through the heart of AEW. You know what I'm saying? If this deal goes through with Paramount, which I strongly believe it will, because if it's not going to be Paramount, it's going to be fucking NBC Universal. You know what I mean? Purchasing Warner Bros. Discovery. You know what I mean? When it happens, I want to see what the fuck the sicko is going to say. You know what I mean? And like I said, even if they stay in Warner Bros., even if Paramount keeps AEW around, what the fuck make you think that, that they're not going to use AEW as a promotion tool for both UFC and the WWE? Think about that shit. Think about it. Anyway, I'm about to be out. I'm going to holler at y'all mañana, so take care. Y'all have a good night. All right? Peace.